The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Susan Wright stood before the assembled delegates, her jaw clenched tight enough to crack diamonds. Behind her, Lucas Morrison, humanity's military liaison, watched the holographic display with eyes that had gone cold and flat, the way prey animals instinctively recognized a predator's gaze. The footage showed the smoking ruins of New Terra colony. 23,000 human civilians, gone in an orbital bombardment that had lasted exactly 47 seconds. The Kreeth Dominion claims this was a proportional response to a trade dispute, Susan said, her voice eerily calm. The delegates shifted uncomfortably. They had grown accustomed to humanity's diplomatic politeness over the past 3 decades since first contact. This stillness was something different, something ancient. Council Prime Velshara, a towering crystalline being from Andromeda's core, gestured with 3 of her light tendrils. Ambassador Wright, we understand your distress. However, the Kreeth have paid the standard reparations under Galactic Law Article 7.3. The matter is resolved according to laws written by species who've never truly understood what it means to hunt or be hunted, Lucas interrupted, stepping forward. His combat boots echoed in the vast chamber like a countdown timer. The Veltorian delegate, a floating gas entity named Foro, pulsed with indignation. Human Morrison, you forget your place. We are the enlightened civilizations. We evolved beyond such primitive. You evolved beyond predation because your planets were paradise gardens, Susan cut in. You developed sapience in abundance, not scarcity. You never had to chase down prey across frozen tundras for days without rest. You never had to track wounded animals through burning savannas. You never had to become the most efficient killers your planet had ever produced just to survive. She pulled up her data pad, fingers moving with surgical precision. Let me educate you about human history. For millions of years, our ancestors perfected persistence hunting. We didn't have fangs or claws or venom. We had something far more terrifying: endurance. We could chase prey until their hearts literally exploded from exhaustion. We were the monsters that never stopped coming. The holographic display shifted, showing humanity's evolutionary timeline. The delegates watched, transfixed and horrified. We threw rocks so accurately we could kill from a distance, Lucas continued, his voice dropping to something that made the temperature in the room seem to plummet. When that wasn't enough, we invented spears. Then arrows, then guns, then missiles, then planet crackers. Every single innovation in human technology can be traced back to one fundamental question. How do we kill the thing that threatens us more efficiently? Delegate Kixthor, a 6-legged herbivore species from the Outer Rim, made a warbling sound of distress. But you humans are so kind, so creative. Your art, your music, your literature, all products of a species intelligent enough to imagine the suffering we can inflict, Susan said quietly. Do you know what makes humans unique in this galaxy? It's not our technology. Half of you have better ships. It's not our numbers. We're barely 3 billion strong across 6 colonies. It's that we're the only species here that evolved as both predator and prey. We know what it's like to be hunted. And we know exactly how to hunt. She looked directly at the Kreeth ambassador, a massive reptilian creature who had been lounging confidently in his delegation pod. Your species made a catastrophic miscalculation. You saw our diplomatic corps, our traders, our artists, and you thought you understood humanity. You didn't realize you were looking at the camouflage. Lucas pulled up a new display. Fleet movements, troop deployments, weapon systems activation signatures spreading across human space like a igniting wildfire. In the 72 hours since the New Terra massacre, humanity has done something we haven't done in 3 generations, he said. We've synchronized our military response protocols. Every human colony, every ship, every military installation has gone to full combat readiness. Not because our government ordered it, because 23,000 of our pack were slaughtered, and every human being alive felt it in their bones. The Kreeth ambassador finally stirred. You threaten the Dominion? We have 1,200 warships. We have conquered 40 systems. You have no idea what you've awakened, Susan interrupted. Let me tell you a story about humanity. 500 years ago, one of our nations attacked another without warning, killing thousands of civilians. The attacked nation didn't just respond. They built weapons that split atoms. They built weapons that could end worlds. And they used them. Because when you push a predator into a corner, when you slaughter their young, they don't calculate proportional responses. They calculate total annihilation. She brought up another display, schematics, weapon designs, technologies that made several delegates gasp in horror. These are called planet burners, Lucas explained conversationally. We've had the technology for 3 centuries. We've never built them because we didn't need to. We wanted to be part of your enlightened civilization. We wanted to prove we could be more than our nature. His smile was a predator's warning, but you just reminded us what we are. Council Prime Velshara's crystalline structure flickered with what might have been fear. You cannot seriously be proposing— We're not proposing anything, Susan said. We're informing you. The Kreeth Dominion has 72 hours to surrender their entire military command structure, pay reparations of 1 trillion credits per victim, and cede 3 of their conquered worlds to the survivors of New Terra. If they refuse, she let the silence stretch. In that void, every delegate could hear their own circulatory systems, their own breath, their own mortality suddenly made tangible. If they refuse, Lucas finished, the Council will learn exactly why humanity's ancient soldiers had a saying, no better friend, no worse enemy. You're about to witness what happens when Earth's apex predator stops pretending to be domesticated. The Kreeth ambassador started to bluster, but Council Prime Velshara cut him off with a gesture of her tendrils. I believe, she said carefully, that we should discuss the Kreeth Dominion's compliance with these terms. Ambassador Wright, Liaison Morrison, please give us the chamber for deliberation. As Susan and Lucas walked out, the human ambassador's hand trembled slightly. Lucas steadied her with a gentle touch to her elbow, a reminder that humanity contained both the capacity for violence and the choice of compassion. Behind them, the Galactic Council finally understood the truth that Earth's predators had always known. Civilization was not the absence of violence. It was the choice to restrain it. And that choice could be revoked. The Kreeth Dominion surrendered within 48 hours. Humanity never had to fire a single shot. Sometimes the most terrifying weapon was simply the promise of what could be unleashed. End.